How's it going, guys? My name is Rich AK with AK Growth, a branding studio focused on intent-driven marketing. And today, I want to talk to you guys and continue the conversation about brand equity. Specifically, I want to talk about context and how we feed people context and how that relates into storytelling and how you can add personification and communication into your messages so that when consumers and prospects digest your data, digest who you are, they really understand who you are. Let's get into it. When it comes to building out your brand equity online or in person or whatever, you need to build out the context for people so that they even understand where you're coming from. If you aren't an established company of 50 years, then you are going to need to take different steps than those companies. And even those companies are not safe in today's day and age because people are coming into the industry all the time and they're disrupting segments of the industry all the time, whatever industry you may be in. Nobody is safe. I don't care if you have a small business, I don't care if you have a large business. You need to feed your customers and your prospects context on who you are. Because remember, people are still people. Just because a person hides behind a business, just because a person is operating a business, does not mean that there's nobody on the other end of that line making the move. At least, until AI takes over and we live in a completely different dystopia. But that's a side note. So for now, we need to make sure that we are able to feed people the context that they need in order to understand who we are. And the best way to do that is to show them that you actually produce, that you actually work. If they think about your industry and they don't think about you first, that means you're not working hard enough. So you need to show them that you are working hard enough. And you can create your content around building out that kind of context. You show people that you're up late doing what you have to do. You're showing people that you're out in the field researching. You're showing that you're out in the field creating or producing, or you run a factory or whatever you have to do. Show people that you're constantly moving forward, that you constantly have new ideas, that you're constantly testing products. Because if you're not producing at that kind of level, then I don't know if you can actually make it in this kind of environment. There's simply too much competition, and I'm here to let you know that you can be the best at what you do, but you need to show people that you are really about it. So the first step I'd say in building context with people is showing them that you actually produce what you say you produce, is showing people that you actually work as hard as you say you do. Because if I know somebody works harder than that other person, I'm gonna go with the harder worker because they have more information, they have more experience, they have more knowledge, and they have more context on the industry. They're constantly in it. Their inertia is constantly moving forward. Their momentum is hard to stop. That's sexy. Hard work is sexy and it's attractive. And if you go for it from that perspective, I really think you have a good shot at making a lasting impact with your prospect and your customers. If I could give you my best possible advice, it would be to go about your content creation and what you want to show the world as being your true self. Be as authentic as you can be. Your company should unapologetically be who it is and embrace that, because you're not here trying to win over the hearts of 8 billion people. There's going to be people who just naturally disagree with you, and they might be having a bad day, or they just might not like who you are, and that's cool, dude. Like, that happens. But what's important is that you really show who you are, because you don't want somebody who actually is a fan of you guys and they've been watching your stuff and they've been watching your content, but all this time, let's say, for example, you've been kind of like twisting it around a little bit because that's not actually who you guys are, but you want to give off a certain image, right? You want to create the brand image, but that's a horrible thing, because if that person's a big fan of yours and they like what your brand image is and they decide to work with you guys, or they decide to partner with you guys or be your customer, and they realize that's not who you really are, well, you just actually lost the heart of somebody who really cared. And that's a bigger loss than having some random person on the internet be pissed off about what you do. That's just the honest truth of it. Like, this is business, so you have to understand not everybody's gonna like you, and some people will love you, and you want to make sure you can win over those hearts and keep them there. Because the people who love you, those are going to be your customers. Those are going to be your biggest fans. Those are the ones that are going to talk about you and reference you in random conversations they have throughout their day, because we're all just regular people here. That's why I don't like the concept of vanity metrics, because it's like, cool, you didn't get this sale on this front end, but you don't know about the 2 years that are gonna happen that that person's gonna know about who you are. And that's what's so great about branding, is that you can absolutely take over the market if you just approach it from the right perspective. And it really starts with you being authentic. If someone leaves you a bad comment, if someone leaves you a weird message, be okay with reaching out to them, convert them, you know, see what's going on with their day, be their therapist for the hour, who knows, do whatever you got to do, but you can win people over. And it's not always about building out billions of people, building out scale, trying to be Facebook, trying to be Twitter. Chances are you're not Facebook, and chances are that you're not Twitter. So don't worry about trying to scale out 1 billion people. Worry about hitting your touch points. Worry about the people that really matter, the connectors in this industry, the networkers, those people. You really want to have a personification with them. And the more and more you start creating and producing your content about who you are and showing people that you really do what you say you do, you're just going to create more and more ideas. It's really going to start reaching out to those people, because those people are going to start leaving you comments, and hopefully you're messaging every other person who leaves you a comment and you're saying, hey, thanks, like blah, 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 let's connect, let's do this, let's do that. That's how you build it out. That's really building out brand equity. There's going to be a ton of companies out there who are going to say, oh yeah, brand equity, let's talk about that. And they're going to give you some random marketing plan that won't make an impacting difference, because it's not real, it's not true, and it's not honest. And it dismisses the hard effort and hard work that you have to put in to really build out the equity. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you a little perspective on it, that this isn't some automated program where you can just decide one day that, you know what, we need to build out our brand equity. It takes time. It's just like developing a friendship. It's just like developing a relationship with that person. They're not going to know a lot about you in the beginning, but over time, as long as you keep putting yourself in front of their face, right? We're doing the production side of this. We're creating that context. We're building it out. We're creating that awareness. Now that person starts to know about us, they think about us randomly. The little synapse fires off in their head at some point in their day at 4:35 p.m. They're like, oh, I remember them. And then they forget about you for like 3 more days. You know, it's that kind of stuff. That's powerful. That's powerful because we're really starting to impact people, and that's brand equity. So I really hope this video helps. My name is Rich AK. I work with AK Growth, an intent-driven marketing studio in the Bay Area. And if you need any kind of help with this kind of stuff, if you want to see where you're at, and if you want to get back on track, or if you want to progress your goals and you want to keep moving forward and build out that momentum, let me know. Reach out directly. Talk in the group, leave a comment, leave a like, do whatever you gotta do. Share this with your friends if they need it. I hope you're having a great day. My name's Rich AK.